morning and welcome. This is today's live on Equa Television International. I hope you're having a good day. I hope your day is going great. Yes, we are here once again, and as usual, to make your day even better. I hope that you would enjoy this ride with us because today we're talking about something that will really be of good importance to you as a person. It's going to build you more because a lot of us that and we don't even know that it is detrimental to our success or our life in general or even thriving as a human being. You find yourself second guessing yourself, asking yourself questions that don't really matter and all that. That's what we're going to be talking about today on today's live, and with me is my capable and able squad. I have engineer Tony. Good morning, sir.
Prudence, how are you?
I'm fine.
You were not here yesterday.
Yes.
You were only God knows where.
Travel to
I was
one
around.
village.
I was somewhere around.
Let me leave it there, so.
If you call Joy's name on this show, you will work out. Introduce Solo.
Okay. I have Solomon.
Please
Good morning.
introduce me well, like we are coming from the same
Same place.
yes.
Okay. I have my brother, able, capable, and ready.
I almost said that could the Shivo. This is not an
If you
answer.
introduce her on this show,
Like the three of us, but we still have someone still in
Wow.
the set. So together,
Yes. Together we'll be talking
roll.
about self-defeat. Together.
Prudence is surprising me through.
if you try it,
The threat is better. This threat is heavier. That's why.
Well, you don't have integrity, so
Whoa.
if you
don't worry. Continue the show. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's 1 hour running time. Don't worry. It's only been like
Okay, today on the
minutes.
show we are talking about self-defeat. So I'm going to do this alone. Let's start with engineer Tony.
Prudence. I'm listening to you.
Okay. So as I was saying in the introduction,
Tell them to lock the gates. When we are done, they should lock the gate. No, just continue.
Okay, so as I was saying in the introduction, a lot of times we ask ourselves questions that don't really matter. And when I say they don't really matter, these are questions that make you second guess yourself, questions that don't allow for growth or for development in your life, your financial or even your spiritual being, whatever.
holistic growth.
Your holistic growth, thank you very much. Your holistic growth, these things are detrimental. You find yourself asking questions like, or saying things like, as a Hausa man would say, "Muya entirely," like we are not complete. We are sinners. Something of
Mutanani.
that sort. Mutanani. That actually means we are worms.
Worms.
Oh my goodness! I don't.
Mujiji.
So there are a lot of times that you are belittling yourself by yourself.
You are watching today's live Hausa on Equa Television International.
Okay.
Version.
Let's be serious.
We're serious.
Now, so as I was saying, a lot of times we find people or even sometimes even us, we ask certain questions. Although yeah, there are times that we get over it and just say, okay, get thee behind me, this kind of thoughts, and we continue moving. But a lot of times for some people that becomes their bus stop because you've asked certain questions, you begin to withdraw. You don't want to move ahead anymore, and it is really detrimental to our as I said earlier, it's really detrimental to our way of life. But I want to understand, why would someone just decide that I am not capable of doing this thing, I am not able to do this thing, whatever I'm going to do would not be up to the standard? And who exactly is setting these standards?
Okay. Let me bring myself to the show by helping you answer this question. See, we live in a world with
We are the help of Joyce. Help us answer the question. Intelligent Joyce.
I will close the show.
So in a world with like full of challenges, in a world where you find different people from different tribes, different race or different ideologies, you're bound to face one challenge or the
Oh,
other. And so there's a saying that is in Yoruba that you cannot 20 children cannot play like all through their life. At some point, some people will go, some will come, and all of that. So there are people that get to the point that they feel like I'm losing it, I can't make it, and they begin to live in that. We can't fight negative thoughts; it comes, but the concern here, you shouldn't dwell in it. Most times, self defeat comes from personal conviction, where you feel you tell yourself who you are and your capacity, where it can take you to. There are people that feel I can't make it beyond this, and there are people that feel that fight it. See, life does not give you what you deserve. Life gives you what you demand. But you see, there are people that will say they are the mercy of life. Whatever happens to them, they accept it. It's more like chances. Like if it comes, fine. So that's life. They tell you like that. But it's important that people understand that, see, there's greatness in you. Like I always say, there's greatness in everybody. You have embedded in you is the infinite capacity to succeed, and the same with the other person. It is just that self defeat that speaks to you that you can't go beyond where you are. And no wonder people sit down day in, day out lamenting on their situations, on their challenges, unknown to them. Most times when I hear people complain, like the person you're looking at thinking that, oh, this person has it all, if he sits you down to tell you his own share of the story, you'll be wowed, like, and you live happily, and you, because the person chose not to magnify his problem. And that's why a lot of times some people, when you ask them how are you, they tell you I can't complain. That is not to say there are absence of challenges, but no, you don't want to give that, you don't want to glorify your challenges. You choose to be happy regardless. The cup is half full, another person will say it's half empty. It's just perspective, it's just from personal conviction. So while somebody is determined to succeed, another person is saying I can't do it. No wonder you find out two children that grew up in a home where they see their dad always drunk. One will talk the same part, and the other one, because of how he always sees his father coming, falling down, coming back home like almost irresponsible, he will be determined that I don't want to follow this path. And you see, he will do everything within his power to see that he becomes responsible. But the other child choose to follow the path of his father. So it lies with us to choose who and where we want to get to in life. It is not about the moment you start living in, like, within your challenges or restricting yourself to the circumstances you have found yourself, then you're limiting your growth. People will tell you that you would not, like I hear people say you will not understand. I've seen most of the successful people we talk about, did you hear their story? And then you look at the person complaining to you, for example, he has not even faced half of what that person that is successful has faced. But because what's the difference? The determination that regardless. I had a story of a guy that they were five. They were born, like five of them, they were children, and then they lost their parents at the tender stage. So the oldest, he's left to take care of his siblings. His relatives, like the uncles, literally left them to the mercy of, like, God, because at that point nobody was even there to help them. So, but he didn't say, oh, because there's nobody, we have lost our parent, let's all pick bowls and go to the street and be begging. This guy goes to school, the first son. He goes to school, is a government school. He goes, then when he closes, he goes to the market. Like there's usually this market day, and then he goes there, and then he goes with wheelbarrow and he picks things, goods for people to the car park. He kept doing that and then raising money. That's how he kept feeding his siblings. And it got to a point that when his younger ones were growing up, he was introducing them to it. They were working together, and that's feeding themselves, paying their school fees. And he even got to the point of building house for them. They had to leave the house they were renting and they built a house. But there's this other lady that is working as a cleaner, and each time maybe those people that heard of her sent her, she comes back, she's crying and saying she cursed her father that is in the grave. Why? That because he didn't send her to school. So what's the difference between her situation and this other person? Possibly she lost her own dad when she's even done with secondary school. But this other person, or maybe she didn't, the dad self died after she's an adult. But these people, look at the age that they lost their dad, but they were determined and they all went to school. At the end of, they all went to school. Determination. So what are you speaking to yourself? What are you saying to yourself? That I cannot do it, or I can do it? Like I said earlier on, life will not give you what you deserve. And that is why people say this life no balance. It will not. If you are sitting there waiting for life to give you what you deserve, you would not get it. But you have to demand from life what you want by putting in action.
You see, like you rightly said, let me pick it from the point you said life is not balanced. Life will never balance. Since from the time we mess the original plan of God, that means man has to work. You have to put effort, whether by thinking or by acting it, like working real hard, thinking real hard, and then doing the thinking. You see, I will attribute self-defense this way. Defeat, brother. Thank you. You see, it depends from the information you are exposed with, the environment where you grew up. Because like this story that you mentioned, there's something to pick. Some is the difficult situation that bring out the best out of them, and they tell themselves, because I find myself in this situation, I am determined. I one of the one of the episode here, Engineer Tony said growth. I can't say it exactly, but I can, like you grow alone, something like that. If you can remember one of the, like, growth is for you alone.
It's a personal.
It's a personal thing. Like, it's not a collective thing. But even at that, you growing alone, definitely there will be somebody you are looking at. Like, truly, this person. Like, even if everybody is saying you cannot do it, because this is how you find yourself, the situation you find yourself, but somebody is telling you there is this greatness in you. Keep it up. Because everybody, like, would not like you. Because some people are even happy. They just want you in that situation you find yourself. Like them, for instance. Maybe the uncles, they are just praying and hoping that nothing good will come out of them. Simply because they feel if something good comes out of those guys, they will feel ashamed because they didn't partake. They didn't help. And possibly maybe you find out there's a family issue or something like that nature, that you find out that some people have to, like, run to leave the environment for them to succeed, because you find out even the family are even trying to pull you down. So that's why sometimes it's personal. You have to be determined. But I think I would say this, you have to find purpose. What is that thing that you want to pursue? And then telling yourself that, yes, that thing, I will pursue it. And you see, some people, they don't know the potential that is embedded in them by the virtue of information they have been exposed with. And that is why some people now today, they will tell you it's because of this person that saw this in me, that helped me and pushed me, and this is where I am. But ordinarily, you will find out that maybe he has given up, but someone picked him and said, no, there is a greatness in you. There is this particular thing that I'm seeing in you. I think you will do it. I think you can do it.
So what happens to people? What happens to people that have that expectation? Like, they are not okay. They have some constraint, let's say, and there's something, or there's a place that you want to head to, but you're looking at someone to help you Like, what happens when that person doesn't help you? Because there are people that are out there and are waiting and hopeful that one uncle somewhere, or an uncle that they have that they know that is well to do, but is not lending the hand of help or support. Like in that situation
Of that lady, right? That she was saying she's cursing her father.
not just her, but
necessarily
generally
her.
her.
But you see, I said something earlier. It starts from you. You have to like know who you are first, and what you want to do. If you know that, you will not relent. That's why that guy, collectively, him and his siblings, they were able to push themselves. Because why? He noticed that only him and his siblings can push that. And that is why he stood his ground. So you have to know who you are first and then agree. Because you see, the reason why I talked about information, if you go to most churches now, I always say it, most of us, like we are fed with half-baked bread. Because the information is not complete. Even the person that is giving you the information, he doesn't even know the dimension of even the verse he's reading. he's just giving you explanation of the Bible based on his own experience in life, not based on the revelation of the word of God for you to carry on. That is why most people in the church now, they are always relying on miracle. You will hear people say, like, I'm working on and I will just pick 2 million. Who will throw the 2 million and you just pick it? And then you see a car passing and you are like, I claim it. How? You understand? So, but you see, you are growing and from a family that already they are defeated by the circumstances of the family. Already you are growing up and then you are hearing your father complaining of his uncles, his brothers. Like that's the reason why he's where he is. And then that's why all of you, him and the children, you are suffering. And then you are growing in that environment. God help you until you find someone either in the society or at school or somewhere that believes in you and said that path that you are following is a good one. Keep it up. I'm telling you, no miracle. That's why you see people will be telling you that what will happen. How? Me, I believe in being the best at your choosing whatever. If you are a cleaner and it's a calling for you, because cleaner you always find. Some people in their life, they will never go above that.
You know why I brought that Sambo Solomon is this, because there are people that live with that excuse. You grew up in an environment, that's how that's your orientation, that's everything.
It's an illusion.
But you can break the circle.
That's what I'm saying.
You can break it. You don't have to live
until you understand that, man, you are just living in an illusion, and then you realize that reality is done on you. Life is not like that. That's why I said it from the beginning. The original God's plan is for us to relax and everything will work based on miracle. But man himself scatter the plan. So God say, okay, you scatter it, you will arrange it yourself. And that's why we should push it. And you see, most of us, like me, sometimes if I talk, people will say, well,
okay,
you see, I'm a product. Do you know what?
I want to get this right. So you're saying that it's all about the willpower of someone. How about a scenario where this person is not really from the ghettos? No. This person has grown to a certain, or rather, even if he or she is from there, but you have grown to a certain level. However, circumstances still keep on making you, still keep making you second guess yourself. And when I say second guess yourself, it's something like, you have moved from this territory. I've built myself to this point where I am, and I'm supposed to be, for instance, I get someone asking me to do something for him from, let's say, a bigger channel than what we have here, and we are hoping to be bigger than that. We are not hoping. We are heading towards being bigger than that, and I, for one, would begin to think, what if I don't do what is up to their standard? What if? And I keep letting those what ifs drop me down. I think that's where a lot of people are. It's no longer coming out from the shell that you were in, but rather how to forge ahead from there. A lot of people have already come out of their shell, but to move ahead, to go further, is now an issue. You're not confident in how much you can bring to the table. What would you say about that kind of person?
Well, it's still boiled down to information. You know, the information, not just information about what you can do, but information about you building your capacity.
Mm.
You have the information there that you're supposed to build yourself better than where you are, but you are not using it. It's different from discovering. You understand? It's different from you discovering yourself this time around to be who you are. You are there, you discover, but you are not building yourself.
I think for most people, again, it's fear that makes them just live with the self-defeats. Like they are scared. But you must be bold enough to like stare at your fear. Like look at it boldly, face it.
Mm.
If you don't face your fears, then you can just limit. It's easy for you to just live in self-defeat. I cannot do it. Like this is how far I can go in life. After this, if I go school, me my leg bend. I saw some inscription on graduation shirts that if I go school again, me my leg bend. Like a lot people tell themselves a lot of things because of fear and. Like I said, you must bold enough to scare your fear.
But you know that statement that you just made, if I go school again, make my leg bend. You know what's interesting is that people don't have this ideology, and the people are not thinking that life in itself is a school. But if you were thinking of life in itself as a school, then you would know that growth has to be constant. You need to develop yourself. You need to understand the moments that you are, the environment that you are, you're understanding so that you would grow to a certain level. However, I'm not so sure that we have understood how much the velocity of growing ourselves is, because for some of us it's like you've gotten to a certain level and it becomes a barrier, like no, this is what I'm going to do. I've finished my own, yeah, now let me just lullaby. I apologize for that.
Let me
Okay,
just
what
manage.
I mean is, let me just manage my life until the day I leave the earth.
You know, Engineer Tony used to say something that
That's what you get mingling with plateau girls. Lalaba on TV.
okay.
International TV. I am at that.
You know, you used to always make this statement that there are times I hear you say, I don't care what people are saying. Like, don't bother about what people are saying. They are just distraction. Face your focus. Just face your focus, because you can't stop people from being people. Like, they will always be people in terms of attitude, in terms of character and all of that. But what do you say about people that have expectations like, this person, I have a need and I'm at the mercy of this person, and they get angry, they come to you and no school fees, no this, at every point they are demanding, or probably you have been lending to them, and then it just once out of the 10 times, and at that moment you are constrained, and they are angry that they even call you names, because some people have already assumed that this is my position, me, I'm the beggar, I cannot give, like this is where I am, when this is the person that God has blessed. This is the person that God has blessed, so it is your responsibility to meet their needs. Them is their fundamental human right to come to you, and you must give. They always feel pained when you don't help them, when you say I don't have at the moment. How do you address such people?
I wish I people don't like me. I know it. Number one, it's a fact that is established.
Some people,
A lot. Yes. Even those who show like they do, I know they don't.
okay.
Yes, I'm saying like, because how I believe life. People even hate it. But I see myself succeeding more than them. So why should I care? Lack makes people say whatever it is that comes to their mind. Lack. Do you know how many times I've looked for people that I want to see? Do you know how many times I've traveled? Do you know how many times I've flown? Do you know how many times I have spent money to stay in a hotel to look for somebody, and then I couldn't see the person? Do you know how many times? Did I die? There are people that have said, okay, let's meet in Abuja on Tuesday by 6 p.m. Please don't be late. And I'll drive down, stay in a hotel, call them forever, they won't pick. Will I die? The difference between you and Solo, he's a human being, you are a human being. The difference is not because he's a male, you are a female. We have female billionaires too. We have female governors. We have female presidents. The difference between you and Solo is information. You see this chair, his own is black, your own is white, but there is space in between. That space is not just a passage, it's information. That's what is distinguishing you and Solo. When you see people complain, they don't complain based on what they are going through. No, they complain based on who they are. It's not what you are going through that makes you talk. Do you know what? I don't care. Like you heard me, I don't care. Because Bible told me that the poor I will always have with me. Poverty does not come with just absence of cash. The frustration is also part of the package. And it's the frustration that makes people who they are to say what they want. Why should I care that somebody is calling me a name that I'm not answerable to? You see, people who set their standards based on other people's achievement, they will be frustrated in this life till they die.
But it looks like they don't get tired.
You set your standard. They always discover, Joyce, but it's late when they discover. You set your standards based on the achievement of even your closest friends. I have people I sit with, I discuss with. These people are my friends. They talk billions, they talk this, they talk that. They even call people to say, I'm expecting 400 million. You people send 82 million. What's happening? They say we have exceeded our limit, but after 12 midnight, you see it. And tomorrow, you sit with the same person, you hear him on phone saying, thank you very much. Yesterday, you sent the remaining money. I was going to call you, and I'm grateful. So, how far with that other deal? And you hear them say, you have to come to Abuja, or you can't be in Jos and be talking. I'll come on Thursday so that we can see the minister on Friday. People talk about these things right before me. So, you think I should think of how to start talking that way, or I should be envious of them? Some people will avoid seats like that. Why? Because they are talking what you don't have. And the best way to have it is to avoid them. No! No, sir.
Displaying.
You think that these people are just displaying who they are not? No, sir. They are living their life. Guess what? They are talking hundreds of millions. Somebody is talking hundreds of billions. Life is in phases. There are all levels to it. And God will never open a gate that you are not qualified to pass through. He will never. He loves you so much to keep that gate shut so that he doesn't open it and then you are no more. I was chatting with my friend day before yesterday in the night. Guess where he is? He went to America to play golf for 6 hours. And he's coming back to Nigeria after playing golf with his friends. His friend is celebrating birthday. So he took a private jet from Nigeria. The jet is waiting for him. They will play golf for 6 hours, then he would come back. Somebody that can do that did not borrow money to do that. It's his personal money. And you know, when you can do that, that means you have a lot of this money. That when you pick that, your money will not be pinched. And then I'll sit down and be thinking that somebody did not greet me. Or somebody said, this your GM is this way. Or this engineer Tony is this way. Why would I be thinking of that when I have bigger things to think about? You see, your opinion of me does not define who I am in the real sense. So hold on to your opinion. Life does not tell me what I should become. I tell life what I want to be. That is why she was saying you have to demand from life. You don't expect. Life disappoints those who expect from it. Big, huge disappointment. So when you hear people say, I've been in this area for 28 years, yet I've have not finished my house. I'm doing it. Check your attitude. You see, when God was creating the earth, he knew the number that will bring the earth up. Whatever you do, no matter the number of children you produce as parents and as children giving birth to children, you will not exceed XYZ number. God knew. So he did an earth that will accommodate that number even more. Guess what? Every day we kill cows. Every day we kill chickens. Every day we kill goat. Every day we kill pigs. Every day we kill fish. Every day we kill animals. Why do you think they have not finished? It's called the sufficiency of God. Do you know how much people spend? People spend more than they make. But yet money has not finished. What makes you think your own is not there? I hate to think negative. I can't. I'm not created to think that way. See, it's better I die trying to become that person than to agree to the school of thought that riches belong to certain individuals. No.
And you know, people support all of that with some old adage.
They should keep supporting it. That is why their children and them and their children's children. You see, sometimes I hate it when my children flock alongside other kids. It's not because I look at them with disdain. No. I'm just careful. Because that old victimized spirit, I don't want it to swim through my children. I let my children know that you can be the best in anything, even without education, but they're in school. But I'm just telling them that the goodness of life is not attached to a certificate. It's not. I'm just letting them know that it is goodwill, is perseverance, is attitude, is character, and you must have that hustle spirit. I saw yesterday a musician, Davido precisely. He was standing with Dangote. He was not doing this. He was talking with him. He was standing. Davido is a billionaire and Dangote is a billionaire. By virtue of us being Africans, don't you think something is wrong? You are talking to Dangote and you are standing. Is the floor not there? But you see, when you get to a level in life, it's called pedestal. When you get there, you equal yourself with almost anything in this life. That does not mean disrespect. It's having a sense of arrival. I worked hard to be where you are, and that's what equals us. There are people that are working hard. They don't have money. They don't have money yet, but they are still working hard. I don't have the money yet in this life. It doesn't mean I'm poor. I'm very rich. I don't have the money yet. That money, I don't have it. But I will not stop working on being the most influential person in my field of endeavor. You can never hear me say, brokerage go kill guys, so God forbid.
Self-defeat.
You can't hear me say that. And that's the topic today. You can't hear me say that. You can't hear me say, this my malaria. Why do you personalize these things?
Sapa is doing me.
You see, our issue is, as we have all established, I think.
Have you seen people who say, in our family we have been poor since our great parents?
It's in the blood.
Yes.
It's a generic thing, but poverty cannot be generic. I don't know why people still think that. Anyway, so as I was saying,
they don't want to break the chain. They don't want to work hard and to succeed. Apart from birthing the idea, you have to do. See, when you birth an idea, you have to try again, and keep trying until you succeed. But people just want to hide under the umbrella of laziness, and no wonder they keep bringing all this old adage, all fingers are not equal. Why must you be the
Let
shortest?
them not be equal.
All of us
Let them not be equal.
Why must you be the poor one?
I was just thinking of this over I think just yesterday I even mentioned something like that. Heard that the government of Nigeria will be paying a certain amount to families. Yeah. So I thought of this. Is it workers or families? I'm not so sure about the news. I just heard about the giving money, and this is what. Yeah. This word got to me. If these families don't have the mindset of putting this, even if it is little, if of putting this, of turning over this money they're receiving, if they just have the mindset of spending it, how far would it go?
No, government said 6 months.
I have.
I'm not talking about this.
I am of a slightly different opinion. How much is the sum total of that money?
25,000 times 6.
No, as in the total of it that federal government is paying to do all of these things.
Okay.
Sir, if you do the appropriate things, this family will be out of poverty.
Yes.
Sir, you see, bringing people out of poverty, money does not bring people out of poverty.
Exactly.
And people don't understand that. It's not money that brings you out of poverty.
After 3 months, then what?
You see,
Exactly what I was saying.
I can't be a governor and be sharing money to people.
It's
And
not
if
a
people
problem.
from my state are watching, they should know. If you will not vote me for saying this, it's fine. I won't share money to people. I will empower people. Empowering people is not giving
It's
people
different.
money.
No.
I have said this on several platforms, and people have insulted me in my state. Yes, on several platforms. I've seen politicians come in and they give people money. They share 20,000 to people. Why are you doing that? For God's sake. Just because people are hungry, you are giving them the fish instead of teaching them how to fish.
catch it, yeah.
Identify areas.
That
Identify areas. Sir, I have 40 wards in my senatorial district. If I have 400 million, what does that tell you? 100 million, 10 million per ward.
Per word.
What is the project that I will do in this ward? It should be different from the project in this ward. The same soil. These people farm yam. These people farm beans. These people farm groundnuts. These people go and bring seedlings and buy fertilizer with it. Every family where I come from is a farming family.
Yes.
Every family is a farming family. Make that farming easy for them. Sir, why won't I buy tractors and farm for people for free if I love them? If I'm sending my attention towards agriculture. Okay, recently I was with a governor and some investors, and they asked him, what area do you want us to invest? He said, in my state is agriculture. See, he did not think twice. He knows it. And I respected that man that day more than I used to. He just said it. He said agriculture.
Straight.
And I just thought, oh yes, that's true. In that state is agriculture. And the people said, okay, this is what we are going to do. This is what he now said, meeting close. Sir, why didn't he say, I need to empower my people? If I give everybody 5,000 and all of that. See, the beer parlors will be filled with people you gave this money to.
Free money.
Money does not bring people out of poverty.
Exactly. And
You
that
think
was where I
Dangote
was
is
telling-
rich today because he's putting money to his business? No, he's putting ideas.
ideas into his business.
Why won't you? Okay, the people that you are giving this money to, they don't even have good roads to go and spend the money. The people that you are empowering with this money, they don't have clothes on their body. The people, why won't you look at the businesses that are striving in Nigeria and pump this money into all of these things and build roads and do all of that? Let it take care, sir. Whatever you do as government, you can't talk about poverty. It's something I think government should start having sense. If you look at the money from 1999 in Nigeria till date that we have spent on empowerment, how many
If we
percent?
invested that-
The more you spend the money, the more people are out of jobs. The more the number of unemployment is increasing. What are you thinking?
And the expectation of people to the government always giving them is always
Yes,
there.
Even
Exactly.
think about
Always
it.
be.
Look,
Yes.
think about it. I would even prefer a situation where you say, once you graduate, as you are finishing NYSC, as a country, we'll give you 1 million naira. You will not do any job with government. You will not do anything. Go and invest it. For the rest of your life, don't expect anything from government. It's far better, sir. You are finishing NYC, they are giving you a certificate with 1 million naira check.
at year one already the guy will start
Idea.
thinking.
Yes, sir.
Of what
to
Because
do
you have a
next.
because you have a business plan, you have everything.
Mm.
As you are finishing, it's like you have done apprenticeship. Once you are done, government is dismissing you. As you are finishing, sir, there are people that will become multi-millionaires and even come back and employ those who went to the clubhouse to spend their own 1 million.
Mm.
There are people in this country right now, 500,000 can change their lives forever.
You see,
So,
you see where I was
Those
heading
people that
to?
will finish and then their father will come and be calling ministers and all of these things, and then they take them to NNPC. They take them to the choicest ministries
Mm.
to work. These people don't know what. I asked a question recently. I said, it was somewhere on radio. I said, all of these people, governors, ministers, ambassadors, that our children are going to study abroad. You hear that? My son is in Harvard. He's studying medicine. My son is in UCLA University studying accounting. My son is in this. Which governor's son have we seen coming back to build a heart or kidney transplant hospital in Nigeria from what they went to study? The education of your children are useless to us. You stole government money, you used government money, you empowered your family. Okay, we are not even catching you for that. Bring what your children learnt in school. If they really have brain, if they really have sense, bring it. Let your state enjoy. Even if we hear that a governor's son is the commissioner of education because he studied this and he wants to bring this idea, we will not fight it if he's helping us. But you hear that their children, they become drug addicts, they become all of this and that. It's God that is catching them.
No,
Okay,
the
so
atmosphere here
what
is
I
not
was-
conducive for their children to work. You know?
What I
Small
was
cough,
actually
you just
saying-
cough. Bring mucus, they are flying you abroad to go and check you. That's why when
Well,
they are out of office 6 months later, you'll be
There'll be
struggling
nothing.
inside economy
There'll be
class with them.
nothing. Yeah, so this is what I was talking
I'm
about.
telling you, I've met them. They're like, please, can you adjust?
You see what I was talking about when I brought about the issue of the government is that a lot of us are sitting with the mindset that the moment you get some money, some sort of money, you're able to make your life better. But you see, that's not where it is. As Solomon earlier established, it's all about your mindset. It's what you're thinking. How do you behave? What is your reaction towards something? How do you behave when you're in a certain circumstance? Joyce talked about determination, pushing forward, regardless what is coming your way. How far are you prepared to go? And you see, the issue of self-defeat is that we keep lying to ourselves. You keep lying to yourself. You mentioned someone sitting down and expecting someone to be their helper. Someone
Truly
to,
sad.
to
It's
it's a
really
very sad thing.
I hope my
you
explanation
can't-
answered your question.
Yes, it did. You know, this thing keeps you stagnated. It
It
keeps
keeps
you
you-
stuck. Sometimes I wonder how that. Like, I've gotten messages from people. People can just see you smiling in picture and just send you one message. They need this. They're in this situation. And sometimes I'm like, when I help, but you know, when you ask for help now and then the person tells you that, oh, I'm faced with this challenge, like I'm currently constrained. You don't hear from the person.
Ni
again.
babu na na
See
ba
you-
Oshima Kaman, all these people that you will not hear from.
Yes.
Nothing annoys
Yes.
me. Like people you don't hear from for 6
No
months,
call,
1
no
year.
communication.
And then the way they are breaking silence with you is they're asking you for something.
Yes.
Say if I'm close to you, we are always together. If a problem comes, I will be there and I will know.
And you know the sad thing, you will tell them that this is your challenge at this point. Oh, hey, yeah, sorry, oh, and it ends there. The next time the person is reaching out to you is when he and able-bodied people, you just sit at home and do nothing, and
You
they
don't
tell
know-
you that, oh, there's no job. You don't have ideas. Like, you talk about money. See, the problem is not money
at all.
What idea do you have? What problem can you solve? What value are you bringing to the see? There are even at COVID, when we experienced COVID-19, if people made money from it at the comfort of their home. Do you know people were doing training that you would have paid for transport, go travel? People were pitching ideas and they were getting paid for it. You see, these days people just sit and do nothing. All they do, how far na sapa they do me. Say, even if it's 1K, like, are you not tired? Can't you just do something with the totality of your life? And you know, like earlier I said, people like that often get angry. You have a need, you have an expectation. Let me just send engineer Tony message. He doesn't respond to it. You are angry. You go around
Kumaina the
insulting.
Shifa.
go. How did you?
My cousin
you have
wants
the right
my
not
cousin,
to have.
and I am happy if he's not watching. His wife is watching. They are always watching today's life. He was in school. I told him. I said, go to school. He went to school. He was studying, and then he was always calling me. And he was coming to Abuja. I'll give him 5,000, 10,000. Then he was much money. And then he asked for 5,000 one time. And then I said, look, I don't have now. But once I have, I'll send it to you. He replied, he sent me a message. Then WhatsApp was not alive. So we had just text message, and text message was 15 naira then. He replied me by saying, I will not beg forever. This is the last time I would ask you for something. So I think 2-3 years ago, I was with him. He called to see me, so I went. And he said that he's going for, is it surgery or something? I can't remember. See, if you are watching, remind me. Oh my God, he's very funny. That my cousin. He can get angry now, and insult your life and walk out. And the next minute he's calling you. Kai Baba Katuramun 2K.
You can't shame the shameless.
You just say send me 2K there. You just right now. So I told him, I said, boss, you are the one that said you will not beg forever and you will never ask me for money. I said the difference between me and you is when I get, I give you your own. You can everything you get because you get all you can.
You see,
It's your mentality.
Very right.
You can all you
Very
get because
right.
you get all you can.
You see,
You-
when they say
people-
blessed is the man that gives than the one who takes, people don't understand how heavy that, how weighty
You
that
see,
statement
people who
is.
give
They don't
lo-
They
prudence,
don't care, prudence.
people who give are not people that are millionaires. Are people with a great heart. That's how you do you know rich people? You don't even know them to ask them. But you see, people that give, people think they are frivolous. There was one time I heard a staff said, bayana da kudi ba zai ta ba mu ai mu ta ba shi wahala gidan nan. A staff said that and I heard. But guess what? I don't care. I will keep giving because it's my nature. I will not change my mind because of who you are. If you have lost your mind, I'm not about to lose mine just because you did. Let me tell you something. Mentality of poor people is hateful. Go to the hospital and see people that are sick. They are wicked to people that help them. You will poop on the bed, they will clean it, they do everything. But you hear them complain. You people have not changed my clothes for me since morning. You are incapacitated. Somebody is helping you. But okay, I'll give you a clear example. This morning, my son took my car to school. And you know women, when you touch their things, they call you 100 times an hour to ask for it back. So I saw another one and I say, I'm not touching it. So I decided to walk from my house. I was walking while I called Bolt. So I was walking up. And then I used the cash machine, the point of sale. I used it somewhere. Immediately I passed. You know what someone said? I heard them, women, 3 of them. They said, in house abamutu me moto chi number kenan. Hi dunia nan. That is it not this man with cars that this world, that this life, eh? And you see, when
Just
you
of
are
a
raising
sudden you are
shoulder,
trekking.
see him now, he's the one trekking on the same street with
Like
us.
us.
There's news today.
Can you see how people think? Madam, is it a sin if I decide to walk?
No,
I
in
had
fact,
an
it's
appointment
healthy.
with a governor of a state, a serving governor. He gave me an appointment just some 4 days ago at Abuja. I went to the place and then they said he went out, that I should wait for him. So I sat. I was wondering who took him out. The cars, the convoy, complete in the house and all that. And I heard a horn because I sat inside my car and the door was open. I was listening to music while I was waiting. I was touching my phone and I heard peep, peep, peep. The open gate. Uncle drove in. He was like, Tony, how far? Let's go inside. He held my... I said, Sir, Your Excellency, you drove yourself. He said, what is there? He said, because I'm governor, I don't know how to drive anymore. Yeah, he say it's you people. When you come to Abuja, he say big men they drive themselves in Abuja. He say I was here, so person called me, so I have to go and see him. See governor going to see somebody. So who is that person? And he drove himself. He came back. He was playing one gospel song, and he came back. He shut down this. So he gave them the remote of the car. So they parked the car and we entered. He said, Tony, how now? Yeah, how far? You have been waiting, but sorry, I went to see. So what should I say? That drivers have left him, or what? When you see people, some people is difficult. Like me, it will be difficult for me to have a driver. I hardly have found driving that has pleased me. It's not like people cannot drive, and I don't like this big man thing that you come out and then you come out at the back and then people are like, no, I don't like that thing. Naturally, I don't like it. That's why I will drive myself, go to wherever I want to, come back and do that. It's not that I am rich or I am poor. People tag money to riches. That's not what it is. When you have money, you are not wealthy. Because having wealth is a state of completeness. You are healthy, you have money, you have a happy family, you have great relationships, you have good co-workers. That's being wealthy.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Nice discussion. But quickly before we
are you saying we should end the show?
No. I think that our time is fast spent, but we're just going to talk
I've
about.
I've not started talking. What's the time?
You know, okay.
I just wanted to say what annoys you the most about self-defeat.
Okay. You know, it's annoying to see that even Christians that know what the Bible or what God says about them are proclaiming like self-defeat. They are living in self-defeat, using all the negative words. I'm the shortest finger. Everybody must not be rich.
We celebrate you. Keep being short.
So
it's an achievement. When you brag about something, it's an achievement. So we help you celebrate it.
So it is important that you know that you are created in the image of God. It was a gospel musician that said you came from royalty. It is in you. So imagine somebody from royalty saying the things you are saying about yourself. That you are alive today, God has not given up on you. There's greatness. Wake up. Do something with the totality of your life. Don't cage yourself in a circle waiting for somebody to do something for you. You have data. You're always online, but you're begging people. Don't you think that you can do business? There are a lot of networking that you can do. So I think most of these people living in self-defeat, like it has to do with the circle they keep. Understand that your network is your net worth. So if you're having the wrong people that are negative, that is how you're going to live. But if you keep people that are positive, people that have the growth mindset, you will grow as well. So the totality of our success lies with us. What do you see about you? When you think of you, what do you see? So you need to, it's a personal conviction. Now it's not about what people are saying about you, but what are you saying about yourself? And that is it. It's not about what prophet is even saying. See, you are the only person that knows the truth about you. You are the only person. So speak truth to yourself and then just get up and do the needful.
When you talk about prophet, you just need prophet to confirm what already you have seen. Most people that talk about, let me see this prophet to tell me what, no. They are just going there.
Some people even know.
I'm telling you, they are just going there to just so that the prophet will confirm to them that what you are thinking is right.
But what annoys you about self-defeat?
If you are a Christian living outside the word of God,
what annoys you about self-defeat?
When you don't know that what you are saying is wrong, it annoys me. Because there are plenty people telling you the right thing, but you disregard it. So don't bring it close to us. If you confess that you are the shortest finger, we celebrate you for being the shortest finger. But don't bring it to us that have the tallest fingers. Don't bring it.
Don't be angry.
And don't be angry that we are the tallest finger, even when we say it. You know, when you say, I'm not a poor person, anybody that gets angry with that statement is a very poor person in thinking, in mentality, in riches, in the physical cash and all of that. Because if a rich man, if me and another rich man are driving and we sit at the back seat, we are saying two of us are at the back, we are saying, I need to buy this car, it's 10 million. Do you think the other rich man will be angry? No. They are in the same level. But if he's a poor man, the rich man will not even say it because he knows the poor man will even pour hot water on
You are
it.
carrying this big money to go and buy car.
You see, sir, the reason why rich people at the top, those that made it, you understand, by hard work, I mean by hard work, don't get angry. It's because they know exactly what took you there. Yes, because if it's hard work and you are meeting, you made mention of the video earlier that he was talking with Dangote. You know, normally the common man will say, rainy.
He doesn't even know. Maybe Dangote is looking for help from the video. It's
Alright.
possible.
But
It's
because
possible.
you
It
talk-
doesn't have to be monetary, but it can be something.
Yes, you talk about hard work. You say hard work took him there, that level of Dangote. And Dangote respect that. And because of that, Dangote will not look down on him because he know it's hard work that brought him to that level.
See,
Okay,
time
so
will not allow us.
what
I would have given
annoys me
another
about
story.
what annoys me about
Must you
because
say
I
your
can
own?
see that we're heading towards a different section. It's different segments entirely.
It's
I'm
okay.
just saying it's like we're not finishing
Okay,
the topic.
okay.
It's like
No, we are
you
not-
want
it's
to
not
do a
like we're
carnival.
What
Never.
annoys you?
What annoys me about self-defeat is
You
that
know how my mother likes your smile.
Smile, smile.
Progress is on TV. My mother will be Kusamu yarinya me darienne. I say it. Me, I don't like it though. Even though she's my mother, but say it. Say what annoys you about
what
my mother.
annoys me about self-defeat.
About my mother.
No, about self-defeat.
Okay.
I don't know your mother, so okay.
You don't have to know her to like to appreciate
I
that. she likes-
appreciate that she
Say
likes
what is.
what annoys me about self-defeat is that
Is that shirt new? I've not seen it before. Just what annoys
3
you
minutes
about
ago.
me asking your shirt if it's new?
what annoys me about self-defeat is that this after you have defeated yourself, you now tend to have a sense of entitlement to other people's wealth. That annoys me.
Joyce, you wanted to say something quickly?
They've been giving example with Davido. See another rich man by my side.
Exactly.
Like, you know the story
You
of
wanted-
engineer Tony J. Nakali, how he started the process.
Mm.
If I tell you
Okay,
some of the things he
Yeah.
has done,
That would be
I'm
a whole
motivated.
episode of
Mm.
today's life. But right now we're going to say bye for now.
And please appreciate Martha. It's her birthday today.
happy
Oh
birthday.
yes, happy birthday, our personal camera person.
Uh-huh.
She's really doing
My
well.
personal person.
Thank you very
Uh-huh.
much.
And a
Happy
God bless
birthday
you.
girl, Ruth.
So that's it on today's live
GM's
today.
personal person. You didn't say that.
GM's personal
I
person.
will
I
do.
apologize for not saying
Number one personal person to the GM.
That'll be it on today's edition.
In Nigeria. In Nigeria.
Live. Bye bye.
In
Very much for
Nigeria.
saying bye.
Thank you.
Hey,
for
Martha,
Thank
they
you
will
so
kill you
much.
today.
Bye.
Shade the door is locked.
Bye bye.
Bye.